Richard Bay, we're here at Waypoint Park. What is going on?
Well, this is in the continuing protests against the possibility of the Supreme Court messing around with Roe versus Wade. Each of them, when they were interviewed to be justices, they all said, no, it's the law of the land, we're not going to do anything. But then some staffer was able to leak out a document that they've already written it up and they're looking at doing something. So the people of Bellingham here are come together in solidarity for a woman's right to choose her own medical and reproductive decisions, and looks like another great turnout. Bellingham really had its act together and already had a protest like this a week and a half ago, but this one's corresponding with a sort of a national combination that's trying to happen in every city at once, and so everyone came out again, and they're gonna support that right.
Richard Bay, what is Roe versus Wade?
That's the precedent. It's a very difficult to understand the way the precedent happened, because it was a court case that just that by virtue of it going the way it did created the precedent that you couldn't forbid a woman to choose what to do about her pregnancy, or any pregnant person would be able to choose what they do about their pregnancy.
So, Richard, a woman should have a choice, shouldn't she?
Absolutely, and I've got two daughters, and I'll be damned if I'm going to have the police state tell them what to do inside of their own bodies.
How can we get involved?
Well, this is a march here, but making sure that all of our members of Congress and Senate know that we're standing with them, and so emailing into those offices is very important, so they can point to that and say, all of my constituents are contacting us and saying that this is what they want. It'll strengthen their ability to do what they have to do in D.C. to conflict this. Here in Washington State, we show a lot of leadership, and so we were. Washington State was way ahead on anyone being able to marry anyone, and on being able to have cannabis without going to jail for 20 years. So certainly Washington State can be ahead of the loop and be an example to other states on how to make sure that we're able to continue to make reproductive choices available to those that need them, however they like.
So, Richard, where will the march go to?
The march is going to go from here, which is by the old GP paper facility, and it's going to march over to Bellingham City Hall, at which point there will be some additional speeches and a bit of a rally.
Is there a place we can go to get more information about the rally or about anything involved?
If you Google "bans off our bodies," then you'll be able to get the information online from a lot of different sources.
Thank you, Richard.
Okay.
Women's rights under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Privacy laws are under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Fired up! Let's go! Fired up! Let's go! no choice.
We say pro-choice.
They say no choice.
We say pro-choice.
They say no choice.
We say pro-choice.
We are the popular vote. We are the majority.
We are the popular vote.
We are the majority.
We are the popular vote.
We are the majority.
We are the popular vote.
We are the majority.
We are the popular vote.
Let's give Lori a round of applause for volunteering her time to sign for us. And honestly, everyone for volunteering their day.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Hello. My name's Taylor. I am a nursing student in Bellingham, and as someone who will be and is currently working in service of others, I think that every person should have the right to make choices for their body. That's why we're here today, right? Thank you all again for spending your time on a Saturday to have to do this shit again. Thank you. I kept thinking when I found out that people were going to be doing rallies on this day, I thought, oh, Bellingham should do something. Like, wow, why isn't somebody doing something about this? And I kept looking, why isn't someone doing anything about this? And then 2 days ago, I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to do something about this. Thank you. And I'm sharing that because I don't know what I'm doing at all. And I know everyone else can do that too. So if ever you feel called to do it, just do it. People showed up out of the woodwork and just made it happen and helped from all sides of the community. So thank you. You know who you are. Thank you for being here. All of you. So I will, we'll have some speakers here to chat about what's going on in the world today. If anybody feels called to share their stories around healthcare, abortion, birth control, I encourage you to speak. Come find me up front. Love to hear your stories. Yeah, this is an issue bigger than just abortion. This is a privacy issue that affects all humans. So I'm really happy to see all of you out here, males, females, everything, all humans, uterus havers, non-uterus havers. So thank you for being here. Yeah. So I'm going to call up our first speaker. Representative Alicia Rule. Woo!
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being out here today. Every single one of you took time off of a beautiful-ish spring Saturday. We don't have rain, so let's make some noise. This is about all of us. It's about fundamental freedom. And we will not take one step back. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the supporters who are women and those who are not women, and every single human who's out here, because it won't stop here. It won't stop here. This is about fundamental freedom. This is about birth control access. It's about marriage equality. We will not take one step back. And now, hopefully with permission, I introduce to you Representative Sharon Shoemake.
Hello! Hooray for no rain! Alicia is right. And how incredible is my seatmate, Alicia Rule? She has been doing so much for the women and families of this state. And I am so proud that I get to serve with her in the legislature. It's incredible, and what an upgrade from Luann Van Werven. So I know you all know that I'm an economist, and I'm really sorry, but I'm going to give you a little bit of an economics lecture, because I am guessing most people don't think about abortion as an economic issue, but it absolutely is. Abortion is fundamental to women being equal participants in our society. And what we see over and over again when we look at what happened when Roe v. Wade was decided on is that women were bigger participants in our society. We saw that if you have access to abortion and you are pregnant, you're 20% more likely to finish college if you have access to abortion. Women are 40% more likely to enter a professional field, and this is especially true of Black women and low-income women. About 50% of women who get abortions are poor, and guess what they define as poor? $17,000. If you increase that just a little bit to low income, 75% of women are getting, 75% of abortions are women in that category. Not being able to get one means that you see an 81% increase in bankruptcies, court judgments, and evictions. Babies are amazing, I love babies, but man, they cost a lot of money and are a financial toll on your life. And you should have the choice of whether or not you want to have that baby, whether you want to go through that pregnancy, and whether or not you want to have that go through your life. And the resources. Because here's the thing. The people who are ending abortion, who are fighting to end abortion, are not pro-life. I'm sorry, they are not pro-life. If they were pro-life, they would be advocating for the things that women need. They would be advocating for paid family and medical leave. They would be advocating for preventing miscarriages. Where is my Institute for Miscarriage Science? We would be looking at early childhood education, robust childcare at all ages. We would have secure scheduling, because women, especially low-income women, are more likely to work in service sectors where they don't know what their schedule is. So how the heck do they figure out how they're going to keep track of their children? But we don't see that. And so this decision was a case that was brought forward by Mississippi. Guess where Mississippi ranks in healthcare? 50 out of 50 states. My family is from Mississippi, so I can make fun of them a little bit. Mississippi's education logo is, at least we're not South Carolina. They are 43rd in education. Washington is number 4, and wages are 30% lower than they are here. If they were pro-life, this would not be the case. If they were pro-life, we would have the things that we have here in Washington, an incredible education system, paid family and medical leave. We would have supports for women, and we would be building a system of childcare that actually works. We would have strong unions that support not just women, but all working people and all working families. So I leave you today to say abortion is an organizing tool to fire up the right, and not much more than that, because this is not a pro-life agenda. And so we're going to use it as an organizing tool to fire up our side. We're going to fight for working families. We're going to fight for women. We're going to support for childcare. We're going to support for education, as well as clean air and clean water, because this is the things that you do when you're actually pro-life and not just pro-birth. Should I sing a song while I figure out who to give the microphone to? La la la. Not you. I don't know how to do this part of a speech.
Let's give it up. Next we have a organizer for People First Bellingham, Maya. People First Bellingham helped a lot in getting this going, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Cool. I want to first lead us in a little bit of a chant. It's one of my favorites. I think it applies to all of the struggles that abortion overlaps with. All bands, off all bodies. All bands, off all bodies. Thank you. I wanted to come and talk to you today. I'm so glad Sharon ran before me because she said so many good things. I wanted to talk to you about the connectedness of this fight with all the fights. And I think Sharon laid that out really well with some stats. The thing I really want to kind of recall us to is that this is a huge piece in systemic inequity. And that wealth inequality is the underlying piece of the reason that we are still fighting 50 years later, even after multiple Democratic administrations, to get this codified into law. And it is time for uterus-having bodies to not be political tools. This overlaps with so many struggles because all struggles are overlapping with wealth inequality. So here in Bellingham, I had the amazing gift of getting together with a bunch of community organizers who were totally visionary and realized this, and we brought 4 people's initiatives to the ballot last year. We were out there with our clipboards gathering signatures for months. You may have seen us outside grocery stores. And we managed to pass 2 of our initiatives by huge margins. And y'all, we have plans for more. Because we realize that we have to target wealth inequity. And we have to do it in our cities and in our states and across the nation. And so unless we target all of those interconnecting inequities at the same time and get into all of each other's struggles, we are not going to change the right and the access to abortion. So let's get together and chant one more time. All bands, off all bodies. All bands, off all bodies. I want to leave you with one more thing. If you have your phone, like in your pocket or whatever, take it out. Open it up, have a look at it, and look at the apps on your phone. They're so cute, right? You've probably customized it. You've got all the apps you need for all the things. And what I want to talk to you about briefly is all of those apps are collecting data that is tracking you. And that has become something people are beginning to talk about because it can be used, your data, to track whether you had an abortion. So while we have the right to have the abortion in Washington state, when other people from other states come here, they can be tracked via their data, and they are not safe. And so we need to stand up for every uterus-having bodies person for the right to get an abortion and to get health care. And that is going to mean that we are going to have to stand up for data data privacy. And this is not to make people paranoid, it is to empower. We do not want paranoia because of the data stuff, we want empowerment. So when you see me and a whole bunch of other folks possibly out there with clipboards gathering signatures for a data privacy law in Washington State, tell your friends in other states, sign it and vote for it, because that is part of protecting ourselves as well. Thank you so much, y'all. All bands, off all bodies. All bands, off all bodies.
Thanks, Maya. Next, we have Richard May, the Deputy Mayor of Blaine, who is also running for State House. Give it up!
Hello, I am Richard May. I am running for State House, and what I want to do there is listen to you, and that's why I'm here today, because you should be in the driver's seat at all times. You all deserve basic respect, privacy, and autonomy. And what should that look like? Well, one thing that should look like is equal pay for equal work. And if we're going to be in this exploitive trickle-up economy where all members of a household all have to hold down a full-time job, and even then you're barely able to make the bills, if that's the situation we're in, then childcare must be treated as a public necessity that this economy should include with no barriers. And what about medical care? The other 30 richest nations, they spend about half as much per person, and they cover everybody, and that includes reproductive care. It also includes paid time off and family leave, but the reproductive care they get, it's directed by the patient for what they choose and what they need. I have 2 daughters, and I'll be damned if I'm going to let a police state like Margaret Atwood described to tell them what to do inside of their own bodies. So we've got to all come together. If this happens, if this thing happens, every single one of these Supreme Court justices sat there when they were being interviewed and checked and said, no, it's the law of the land, we're not going to mess with it. They lied. They straight out lied. They knew it all along. We feared this day would come. But what we got to do in Washington State is lead. Washington State has led on so many things. If you'd asked me 10 years ago if I would have believed that now anybody could marry anybody and that you wouldn't go to jail for 20 years for having cannabis, I would have said, I don't know if that'll happen so soon. But we did it in Washington State. We led. We made all the other states have to do it too. And that's what we'll have to do about this. If the law changes around, we're still going to do the right thing here, and we're going to set an example, and other states are going to go, well, Washington's still doing it. Washington's doing it right, and they'll have to do it right. I've got your back. You're in charge. Thank you very much.
Well, I come from Alabama, where they took my rights from me. Gonna be a young mama, cause they forced my pregnancy. I was raped about 6 weeks ago by a man who held a knife. And the law now says if I abort, I'll go to jail for life. Oh, Susanna, you better cry for me, cause I come from Alabama, where they show no clemency. Oh, Susanna, you better pray for me, cause I live in Alabama, land of misogyny. Texas, Florida, Idaho, and North Dakota. Okay. This one is something you can sing along with us. do about abortion bans? What do you do about abortion bans? What do you do about abortion bans? Rise up and protest them. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Way, hey, rise up, neighbors. Rise up, seize the morning. How do we protect Roe v. Wade? How do we protect Roe v. Wade? How do we protect Roe v. Wade? Call your U.S. woman.
Hey, hey, rise up, neighbors.
Hey, hey, rise up, neighbors. Hey, hey, rise up, neighbors. Rise up, seize the morning. Shouldn't we get men on board? Shouldn't we get men on board? Shouldn't we get men on board?